What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Block Shoppers. It's the Block Shopper Atlanta edition. We're taking over Atlanta. We're checking in with one of my business partners. He purchased this vacation home. He used the vacation home loan, which was very significant in terms of how much money he had to put down. So we'll talk to him about some of the requirements for using a vacation home. In addition, he's going to show us his house and talk through some of his future plans. So let's check it out.
Hey, what's good, cuz? How you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm cool. Welcome to the A,
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the A.
And the A, Takeover.
Yeah. So, this is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath. We're gonna just go ahead and get it rolling. Just show y'all the living room. This is a, whole TV entertainment set.
Look good, and it's spacious.
Yep. And the weather's it's not always too cold out here. So a lot of the times, if it does get cold, we got the fireplace.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Of course. Got to go with the decorations. Got to bring everything out. Brings value to the crib as far as Airbnb and everything.
Okay, so you doing Airbnb in here?
Yeah. Yes, I'm doing. It's just pretty much just open, really just giving back. But I know Airbnb makes it a lot easier for just everybody in need. I did, it's open to travel nurses and stuff, but I realized that Airbnb is the larger platform that allows everybody. So there's people that have rental issues that they go through Airbnb and so I just do Airbnb and subsidized living, of course, giving back, and those who need it. This is the kitchen right here.
It looks good in here.
Yeah.
I like that it's open, so you can be in the kitchen and still have access to the entertainment area.
We have a bathroom right here. You guys want to come check that one out? So again, we have all the decorations.
Okay.
Kind of put a little touch into the bathroom. Just to decorate it, make it more appealing and stuff like that. Straight ahead, we have the garage. It's a big garage, it's a 2-door car garage. So, I have storage, so even though if I, back up, whatever, I have my cleaning lady doing Airbnbs, I'll have this locked in, and the cleaning lady will have access to everything, so anything breaks, extra bed, extra TVs, things to just back up toilet, just back up things just to help her with the cleaning lady, so it's a one-stop shop for her. She doesn't have to go nowhere. So that's another good thing about having a house and having a garage. You can separate it and use it as storage. And we can go towards the entrance.
Yeah, it looks good in here, man. Very spacious, comfy. Definitely a perfect spot for somebody traveling.
Absolutely.
From home away from home feel,
As well as somebody traveling for work.
Right.
So I have an office here.
Okay.
This is an actual qualifying bedroom, especially for housing. It meets the qualifications. You have at least 72 square feet. You have a window. You have a functioning smoke detector. You have a closet. You have a door.
Okay.
So yes, but I made it a desk, the office, just in case some people didn't want to sit here and just do the work. Sometimes you want to have that office space that motivates you a lot of times. Right. If you want to get up, it just motivates you. So we're just gonna head up upstairs.
That's smart.
Absolutely. So we got everything on this floor. Laundry room. There's 4 bedrooms up here.
Okay.
So we're gonna start on this side. This is the master bedroom.
Looks good in here, man. It's spacious. You got the vaulted ceiling.
Yep. And you got the view of the backyard and other homes, whatever in the area.
Good light in here.
And again, we got a TV on in each bedroom, each wall. We got the his and her bathroom.
Good bathroom.
Yeah. Great location, and it's just Airbnb friendly, just family friendly, everything. definitely look to give this to a family, but so that's definitely my goal throughout everything. Of course, block shoppers, of course, giving back to the community.
Absolutely.
That's the primary goal. So I'm just working on creating this, making an opportunity for subsidized living, those returning citizens, just reducing homelessness. So that's the whole goal. That's the whole goal with everything here. That's definitely the end goal. That's the whole purpose.
Right.
Is to solve that, everybody feel like they have a purpose in life, and my purpose in life is to serve people, and I feel like that's just to impact others in a productive way. So we can do that in real estate.
Yeah, through real estate.
You know what I mean? Then you have a lot of young guys, a lot of people that just don't have the opportunity. Like I said, a lot of young guys is out here just, they come home, they may not have a home. They might not have a go back to or look to. A lot of times they go to crimes or go back to the streets, but hey, real estate is gonna keep them crime free.
Right.
So
that's definitely the way to go.
Definitely. So, everything on on this floor. So we got a kid-friendly bedroom right here.
Okay. Yeah,
so
that's great.
It's for the family. So with the kids, a lot of the times this that bedroom will make the pick. A lot of the kids will just go ahead and pick that room just because of the decoration. It's another room right here.
Good size, all of them.
Everything's standard size. TV in each bedroom, closet, come with hangers, everything.
So this house is fully equipped.
Absolutely. Got the bathroom, 2 full baths and another half bath downstairs.
Okay.
And this is another room. Bigger than the other ones.
Yeah.
And this points towards the street. So yeah, there we go. We go all the bedrooms. So each bedroom has everything everybody needs.
Right. Now this is spacious.
Yeah.
How spacious. Yeah, Blayther, man, this home right here is amazing. Like the fact that you were able to get this using a vacation loan, like that's critical. Can you talk about the vacation loan, like what the requirements are?
Yeah, I appreciate that, Randy. So with a vacation home, also known as a second home, so the requirement is it has to be at least 50 miles away from where you currently live.
Okay.
All right, and it has to be a place that you plan on that you plan on visiting on a regular basis or part of the year.
Okay. So when you say regular basis, is it like how many days out the year do you have to technically live in there? 18 days?
I believe 18 days.
Okay. So for 18 days out the year, that's all, and it's considered a vacation loan. And how much money did you have to put down?
10%.
So 10%. So basically you added another investment property to your portfolio for only putting 10% down as opposed to having to put 20% down like most investment loans.
Yes, sir.
That's critical.
Absolutely.
And so why Atlanta? You could have gone to, Texas, North Carolina, Philly, so many different areas to choose from. What made you pick Atlanta?
Well, managing properties on my own, I feel like Atlanta is just it's a major city, and of course it's very convenient to DC. The flight is only about 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Okay.
Atlanta makes a lot of sense in terms of helping each other out. Like, this is a place where there's a lot of opportunity in terms of everything, but in terms of the real estate portion, of course, come from DC where the market is high. You'll have your money to go out a lot longer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So 100,000 here may be a lot more than would be 100,000 back at home.
Yeah.
So that's what made it critical. But Atlanta, and then of course wanting to touch on the judicial situation as far as helping returning citizens. I feel like Atlanta is a great place and a place that's in need of assisting the returning citizens and homeless.
Okay.
So just trying to touch everybody on a whole nother platform. I mean, my end goal was to have as many properties as possible. So it doesn't have to be just in DC, but just managing it on my own.
Definitely. I mean, this home, you're like, and this is Atlanta, but it's like Camp Creek area.
Well, it's actually Atlanta. It's just located near Camp Creek.
Okay.
So a lot of people say Camp Creek because it's a section in Atlanta, like, so it's convenient to the airport. Like the airport is about 8 minutes away.
8 minutes away.
Right.
Wow.
So living here again is going to be convenient for most or many because you don't have to have a vehicle to live in this specific home. You can get a job. There's a shopping center right, less than two minutes away. You know what I mean? There's hospitals. All that is within a mile radius.
Okay.
And of course, the airport is convenient. So that's why and it's one of the most busiest airports in the world. So when it comes to real estate, location.
Yeah, absolutely.
So and there's a lot of construction I noticed. So why not?
Why not? Nah, absolutely. And with you, currently, you're doing Airbnb. Talk about what that's been like. Like, are you booked every night? Like, what's the demand like?
High demand.
Oh, man.
This is a place where a lot of people like to come, for the weekend or just doing events. As far as Airbnb, I made my return, I made my down payment within the first year.
Wow. So the money, you put 10% down on this loan, and your down payment, you made that back within a year.
Yep.
So pretty much moving forward, anything else that's made is pretty much profit at that standpoint.
Pretty much.
That's a hell of a deal. Most of the time, what they say, 7 years, your return on investment, that's a pretty good investment. So you got your money back within a year. And it's going to continue to grow. And in terms of the area, like, how long ago did you purchase this home?
Going on 2 years.
2 years. And what's the value? Like, have you seen equity?
Yeah, within the first year, it went up. It's about 100,000. It went up 100,000.
So you made $100,000 essentially in less than 2 years.
Yeah.
And you got your return on investment, meaning the money that you put down as a down payment, you got that back within a year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a no-brainer to me.
Yeah.
From a real estate standpoint, investment standpoint, that's a home run. And you're in a market that's growing. I did read that Atlanta is one of the fastest growing markets. You mentioned the airport, how, a lot of people travel through Atlanta. So, right now you're doing Airbnb, so obviously there's a need for that. And hospitals, there's a lot of hospitals around here, right?
Right.
So you have your, choice. And so you mentioned earlier your goal is to really transition into, like, returning citizens and giving back from that standpoint. Like, why returning citizen?
Well, to start off, I have a few of my family, just friends, whatever the case is. But I feel like on a larger scale, though, they still underprivileged. They the ones in need. You know what I mean? And as far as homeless, a lot of people. That's why a lot of people are homeless. They come home to no families.
Right.
Some people go home, come home to no hope.
Right.
And those who come home to no hope, just got to give them some hope from somewhere.
Right.
So me giving that hope is, like I said, I want to impact the world in a certain way, and that's serving people and then giving them hope, providing real estate, putting a roof over their head to those that are in need.
Right.
That's gonna satisfy me. The money will come, whatever the case is, but at the end of the day, that's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
And that's why I chose real estate. I chose this lane.
Nah, that's great. Real estate, other than just the money aspect of it, you got to think about it. And the fact that, there's people like you out here that's trying to provide to, I guess, people who have that stigma of, being incarcerated. We all make mistakes, and, one decision shouldn't define us. And, that's
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's critical.
Right.
So for you, this is your second property. You went the vacation route.
Okay.
That first property you purchased, can you talk about that? Like what program you used and like what you purchased?
So I went through a program called NACA.
Okay.
I got my first property. It's in Congress Heights in D.C. It's a 4-unit. That's the headquarters.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a blessing. It is a blessing. Again, majority, my tenants are, returning citizens. It is homelessness. So
I'm already serving the people, so I've done that, 5 years now.
Right.
So that's just my, that's my everyday. I have so many stories to even tell you, like, and I'm not even getting paid on the clock just to be, a landlord a lot of times, just doing certain things outside of landlord,
Right.
like, helping my tenants, move out to another unit, or helping them with certain things, whatever the case is, just assisting them. So I'm proactive. I'm hands-on with a lot of that. So the 4-unit, I would say is, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
That's the best way to start if you want to start into, getting into real estate because of the cash flow. And, you just, it's a business and, you're doing good. It's a rental business. You're helping people out. So that was a great success and still is, and to the point where that ended up putting me in a position to fund my vacation home.
Right.
And, to this day, they just serving, just serving this purpose right now.
Yeah, and NACA, man, that's one of those programs where it's just like, why wouldn't you go through them, Like when you purchase your property, how much of a down payment did you have to pay?
I didn't have to pay a down payment. I got money back.
So you got money back at closing. You got a 4-unit building that's generating you income.
Yeah. And also NACA is such a great product to the point where I had to do some rehab.
Okay.
And they gave me at least a 6-month head start. So they, 6 months till I had to pay my first mortgage. So NACA's a great product, shout out to NACA.
Yeah.
Always like they started everything, and gotta give credit due where it's done, and NACA was great for that.
Yeah, and I try to tell people all the time about NACA, like, for that very first property, like, if you go through NACA, it will set you up for so much success. That
Right.
You're living proof of that, right?
Yes, sir.
So, you got your building in DC, you branch to Atlanta, you got this wonderful second home. For you, like, what's next? Like, I know there's levels to real estate. Are you gonna continue buying and holding, or like, what's the goal?
That's the fun thing about real estate. There's so many lanes, so many things you can do. But I'm gonna get into real estate development. And of course buying and holding.
Yeah.
Of course, and the whole goal, of course, is to alleviate a lot of the problems. And again, that comes to homelessness, returning citizens, and then not only just that, just capitalizing with that where, we can provide mentorship, entrepreneurship, the experiences that I went through for a lot of young brothers that's like myself, that look like me, that have been more privileged or underprivileged than me, that don't have the solution, you know what I mean? So, that's just, just so alleviating that problem, just getting more properties as far as multifamilies, setting up subdivisions and stuff like that, and just, dedicating to those in need, because a lot of times, they're getting pushed out and they need a place to, they need a place to go. Some of them, they need to understand financial literacy. Who's going to teach them that? You can't learn that in school, so I learned that in the books.
Yeah. I'm glad you touched on the mentorship program, because that's huge, you know what I'm saying? Like, did you have a mentor helping you get through this, like these processes in terms of buying properties?
I did, and it was, it's definitely, I'm grateful for them. All my mentors, I'm not gonna say the names, but y'all know who you are, but they've been very helpful, life-changing. It's, it's like it's like another father. Like a lot of times, when you need assistance, a lot of time, and you don't have nobody to go to, like that mentor. So, and I know a lot of people just like to go through experience, but sometimes, you can listen to advice. You don't got to take it.
Right. Yeah, and mentor is critical. Like you said, it's you're learning from their lessons.
Yep.
And that's only gonna help you. A lot of times, we have these egos, and we feel like, we don't want to ask for help, or it makes us look as less of a person, or not knowing as much. But man, it's critical, because again, you have this mentorship relationship. Look at you, you moving, you buying these properties, saving so much money, as opposed to somebody who doesn't know about the NACAs and the vacation loans, who are actually spending their, putting 20% down when they don't need to, and you not having to put that much down, that obviously sets you up for success, you know, and continue to build, you know, your real estate portfolio. In terms of just overall lessons learned, right? What would you say your biggest lesson learned and coming out to Atlanta, you know, right? So you headquartered in DC and, you know, you're trying to buy, you bought something in Atlanta. Like what lesson learned would you give, like just, you know, advice that you give to some of our viewers?
Sometimes, you know, you only live once. You know, take risks. A lot of the times, people are nervous, and I was, you know, I can see how I was, but you know, with me, a lot of times I learned that you got to learn what you get yourself into. So when you're doing all the research and all that, it's never gonna be the right time. You know, a lot of people may set that, okay, I'm gonna wait. It's never gonna be the right time. The right time is when you just gotta prepare yourself the best way possible and just jump out there. You know, like I said, in terms of real estate, that's just a way of you managing your money over the years. You know, that's a tool. That's a way of, you know, managing your money and building your money, having your money work for you. So 9 times out of 10, if it makes sense and you know what you're doing, then it'll be a good move. But that's the lesson. You know, you just gotta just jump out there, take risks. You know, read on what you're getting yourself into, of course. But then you just, from there, you just gonna you gonna know if you want to do that and just make the best move possible. You know, and like just staying disciplined. You know, managing. You know, a lot of people, like, I was always hearing like, dang, managing probably out of state, out of town, whatever the case was, can be a little different. But at the end of the day, it's you got to dedicate everything. So I told myself that, you know, I was going, if anything, I'm willing to fly down once a month. If I have to, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, put this work in now. You know, we young, might as well go ahead and put the work in while we can. And you know, just staying disciplined, like, you know, managing, like, make sure my clean lady has everything she needs. Make sure if I have any maintenance issues that I have the right technician coming through and I'm already screening them, I'm vetting them, and I'm getting everything situated. So it's about just staying disciplined. Like, a lot of times I could be out, you know, with my friends or doing whatever, and, you know, just dealing with Airbnb or making sure coordinating with my clean lady. Okay, make sure you get there at a certain time. So it's just, you know, being able to take risks and, you know, being knowledgeable, you know, reading up on what you want to do, and then just, you know, just doing it, and staying disciplined. And I'm a very God friend, so it's like, you know, that's, you know, he's the shepherd, you know, we the sheep. So I just go ahead and I work and I do what I do, and, you know, of course, pray to him. And everything else, what's not in your hand, if you can't control it, don't stress it. I just leave it up to him, and that's it.
And that was going to be my next question. You kind of touched on not being in the same state, but managing it. And I know that'll be a lot of people's fears, like, well, I'm not in the same state, how am I going to manage this property? Like, what are some of the things that you do in order to, like, manage it from, you know, from wherever you're at? So you mentioned you have a dedicated cleaning person. How does your cleaning person come in? Like, does she have keys? Like, what things have you done to, like, automate that process?
Okay, well, I have a keypad to enter the unit, so you don't have to have keys. I can change the code. I can, you know, the codes can expire when I want it to expire. I can switch the code. So a lot of times throughout, you know, every 3-4 visits, whatever the case is, to your discretion, you can go ahead and just switch the code. You know, as simple as that. Taking the time to fly down. I mean, we can go out and have a good time. So you can pick a weekend out the week to, you know, out the month to fly, you know, an hour just to go handle this. You know, it's going to benefit me in the future, so why not? And it's for a generation, so I'm putting this work in.
So you got the keyless lock. You know, you come out, you know, monthly. You know, you have a garage you mentioned earlier. In that garage, that's where you kind of have storage. So do you, like, stock it up so your cleaning person can just go in there and?
Yep, I stock it up. So if I come down one weekend, I'll stock it up with everything we need: soap, cleaning supplies, you know, toilet paper, all types of stuff, washer fluid, all that. So they just come here and just, like I said, one-stop shop. Don't have to leave, don't have to burn gas nowhere else. It's all in here. It's all in the home.
And how'd you find that cleaning lady? Like, did you call around, Yellow Books? Did you use any apps or anything?
So yeah, I went through, you know, certain, you know, platforms, but I did find what was most convenient. There's an app called Thumbtack. There's a few apps. There's a few, you know, handyman apps. There's a few apps where you can, you know, take a look at these reviews. You can take a look at these technicians, their work, and what people have to say about them. So, you know, just taking the time to do that, contacting them, and of course, you know, I'm a, you know, not to mention, but well, I didn't mention, but I'm a home inspector as well. So I do know certain things when things happen, or, you know, appliances, you know, when it comes to electrical issues, certain things you may be aware of, and then of course, like having our mentors, you know, that's been, you know, that's just been successful for us. So we know that we can go to them and say, hey, look, you know, such and such said this cost, such and such, you know, does this make sense? Woo, woo, woo. So, and a lot of the times I'll just schedule them, the technicians, if I do have any issues, to come in with my cleaning ladies here. And my cleaning lady will take care of it, and she'll be right there supervising. So it's not much that you don't have to worry about somebody staying in here doing this, that, the third. So, yeah.
Right. And do you have any like cameras on the property?
Yeah, I have the cameras on the exterior.
Okay. So like in the front and the back.
Yeah, just to protect the home. I mean, you know, I'm not doing that. Like that's people's privacy.
Right. But at least, you know, you have some peace of mind because you can kind of see, you know, who's entering and who's leaving.
Right. You can see, I can see who's coming in or who's pulling in or whatever the case is. So it's on the exterior. So I haven't, you know, the issue. You know, it's not really a big issue. So, and again, that goes back to discipline. A lot of times I have my notification, and there, you know, you don't have to look, you know, at it all day, every day, but and there, take a look at it. So it's just being disciplined. That's just like I'm just programmed to just do that every day. Hey, take a look at the camera. And make sure you got everything. Go to the messages. Go to, you know, make sure everybody's good. So, yeah.
Nah, I mean, it sounds like, you know, you got a pretty good hold on, you know, how to manage the property without necessarily being here. And like I said, I think that's one of the biggest things that, you know, discourages people from going the vacation home route if they are aware about it. But I mean, again, you got your system down, you know, you did your research, you know, you got your team of people, and, you know, it's been, you know, moving pretty smoothly. What advice would you give to someone that's just looking to get into real estate?
Well, first of all, what exactly do you want to do with real estate? Where, you know, I think that's something that everybody has to, you know, wonder when you get yourself into. Where exactly do you, okay, if you get yourself into it, what is your goal? Why are you doing it? You know, of course, everybody wants to, you know, build generational wealth, but why are you doing it, and how far do you want to get with it? Where do you want to go with it? And, you know, if so, that'll tell you. A lot of times, some people may just want to get a house and just settle and just okay. Some people want to build financial, you know, independence, and some people just want to go ahead and just build residual over the years and to pass down money. So the best way to start, I would say, is a 4-unit. Because, you know, of course, when you start off, it has to be residential. So everything up until 4 units is residential. So, you know, the more the better.
The more units, the more doors.
The more the better. So 4 units, you know, you jump out there, and, you know, for those who, a lot of people used to look at me like, why? Landlord, why do you want to do that? That may be hard, but I mean, you know, first of all, you got 3 other rents helping you. Then on the other end, you can assist. There's other people that you can affect in that way. And there's one mortgage. I mean, then if you're trying to build some residual and you want to go ahead and provide, you know, vacation facilities or opportunities for your family, that's going to do it. For school, college, save, all that. Retirement.
You can't beat it. You know, you're a former college athlete. You know, you play football. How would you say football prepared you to like take on real estate? Do you think it prepared you in any way?
Absolutely. The competitive edge. The competitive edge with just life. You know, a lot of times life is going to be life. Life is going to beat you up. Life is never perfect. It's just all about how you deal with things, how you cope with things, and how you move forward from it. And football was just like that. You know, a lot of the times. And then, of course, with our minds, in life, we got to shape our mind.
Right.
So football was preparing us. A lot of times, now we can get up early. We can function early because we used to waking up real early and working out. So it's not going to be something like, oh, man, you know, we never did this ever in our life.
Right.
It's nothing like that.
Yeah.
So it's something that it's just being disciplined, being committed.
Right.
You know, it's just like people having a 9 to 5 and you wanting to be an investor. Like, that's just an extracurricular.
Right.
You know, you got to put that work in, but you know, putting work in, it's a reward that comes with that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you being able to commit, doing a 9 to 5, and then like, okay, all right, let me go work out. That's a commitment at the end of the day. You know what I mean? That's just showing dedication.
Right.
It could be hot, cold, whatever the case is.
You know,
it's hot. I mean, it's warm out. You could be out chilling.
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of people be like, don't understand. I mean, you got what, 24 hours in a day?
Right. That's all.
All you could devote an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, man.
Yeah, nah, definitely agree with you on that. You know, I appreciate you, you know, giving us your time. You know, for those of you who don't know, you know, Blayther, you know, that's family. You know, I remember when I first wanted to get into real estate, you know, I was thinking about buying a house and like I wanted to rent out the rooms and, you know, house hack. And, you know, the reason I was able to even get into buying buildings and the whole multifamily unit route was because of you. You know, you were working with DC Housing at the time and, you know, you met some mentors and you're the person that told me about NACA, buying the buildings, and you know, I just want to give him his flowers, you know, because without you, you feel me? Nah, real talk, you know, without you, I wouldn't have probably not even been in this lane. You know, I probably would have had a house, 5-bedroom house, rented out, and you know, who knows? I would have probably got into the multifamily unit after the fact. But you know, so you've been doing this. You know, you're very knowledgeable. You know, I appreciate. You know, and real talk, I appreciate you. You know, always guiding me, and you know, I think. You know, a lot of people, you know, should hear your story and, you know, you're doing good.
Yeah, teamwork make the dream work. And, you know, for those out there, you know, like with me, I realized waking up in the morning, I'm like, dang, some people probably may look at me a little different, but, you know, being around you, that, you know, the team, you know, our team, that motivates me. That keeps me on my, you know, that keeps me on everything I need to be on because at the end of the day, it's just like, you know, what y'all doing is great. It's inspiring. It's admiring, and a lot of times, a lot of people need to understand that having somebody on your team that you feel like is smarter than you isn't a bad thing.
Nah,
it's a beneficial thing.
Right.
That's the type of place you need to be in.
Yeah.
You know, that's just how it is. You know, like I said, you know, we all got our strengths and weaknesses, and you know, you definitely make up. You know, the team. Everybody's gonna make up for each other's, you know, weaknesses,
nah,
that's how it, you know, that's how it is. You know, just so you know, Randy's been, you know, everybody know you doing your thing. Block shoppers, we you know supporting that, and you know, it's a privilege being, you know, family. You know, that's how it is, man. You know.